Welcome to Nelsonville-York Sports Network, brought to you by McFadden Insurance.
And welcome to Nelsonville-York football on Total Media Sports presented by McFadden Insurance. We are excited to be here at Boston Field. My name is Ethan Reagan, and I'm joined by my partner, Noah Lovely.
Great to be here, Ethan. And now, Nelsonville-York comes into this game 2-0 on the season. They beat Trimble at home week 1 for the first time since 2017.
Yep.
Or at Trimble.
Yep. First
at
time.
their home.
Yep.
And then they beat Logan last week on the road again. What was that final score? 46-7. They have had a phenomenal run game to this point throughout the season, and they have only allowed 2 touchdowns on their defense.
They have had an incredible start to the season, absolutely running through their first 2 opponents, but they meet a real tough team today in the Cold Grove Hornets.
That's right. Cold Grove is looking to get out of this game with a winning record. They lost their home opener against Russell and then won last week against Adena.
Yes, this is also a Division 5 Region 19 matchup. Both teams are in the same region and could potentially meet each other in the playoffs.
That's right. Their last matchup was in the playoffs in 2017, where Nelsonville-York won 28-7.
This will be the 5th all-time meeting between the Hornets and Buckeyes. The Buckeyes have won all 4 previous matchups.
Well, then, Coal Grove definitely has a chip on their shoulder going into this.
Yes, they made the 2-hour drive here from down by the river just outside of Ironton, and they are about to take the field now. 2 players that we want to highlight from the Hornets. On the defensive side is Caden Turner. He is a 3-star outside linebacker. He is number 34. He is a senior, and he is getting several D1 looks. And then on the offensive side, the player that Coach Richards told me that they are most game planning for is the running back, Caden Murphy. He's getting some looks from some smaller D3 schools, but he led the Hornets last year in rushing and carries, and he accounted for 25 touchdowns last year.
I'll tell you what, Ethan, if you're a fan of running backs, then this is a great game for you.
Yes, for sure. The Buckeyes about to take the field here at Boston Field, their home opener. The place is buzzing. Everybody's excited for the football to be back here in Buffalo. And here come the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes take the field here at home for the first time in 2025. It's a special week here for the Buckeyes. Not only is it their home opener, but they had their Hall of Fame induction last night. This was the 9th class inducted into the Nelsonville-York High School Hall of Fame. In this class, they inducted Dave Anderson, class of 1962, Eric Glass, class of 1999, Ed Terwilliger, class of 1974, Eric Mitchell, class of 1997, Gary Edwards, class of 1978, Jim Edwards, class of 1975, Sean Ward, class of 1989, Caitlin Maiden, class of 2013, Casey Cox, class of 2012, Randy Penrod, class of 1977, Susan Crawford, class of 1994. We are excited for football here in Nelsonville. It looks like the Buckeyes will kick away to the Hornets. Hornets, black helmets, white shirts, and black pants, and your Buckeyes dressed in all orange.
Yep, you were unsure before the game on whether or not they were going to go with the orange or their brown alternates.
They have decided to go all orange, and I got to tell you, they look clean.
They do look very clean. I love the checkered pattern on the shoulders, or I guess sleeves.
Grant Elliott prepares. Grant Elliott prepares to kick away for the Buckeyes. Pardon me, that is
Cameron Sullivan? Looks like Cameron Sullivan.
Buckeyes getting ready to kick away, and we are underway here at Boston Field. Returning for good return for the Hornets, getting up, down to the 25. Buckeyes take him down. That was Caden Murphy on the return for the Buckeyes. That was the guy that we highlighted pregame, their star running back. We get to see the Hornet offense here for the first time tonight. They are anchored, like we said, by Caden Murphy. He is their running back that they are going to rely on all game. When I talked to Coach Richards this past week, he told me that that is who they are really game planning for. They are game planning for a big run game today.
I think both sides will be.
It looks like Rylan Smith will line up at quarterback for the Hornets. He's got 2 in the backfield with him, and they hand it off. Hand it off to Murphy there. We have a flag on the first play from the scrimmage. Offsides is the call on the Buckeyes. They got a little excited there. So that'll move the Hornets up 5 yards, and we will try this again. They went to Murphy on that first play. He only got a few yards, but that penalty boosts them up to just past the 30-yard line on the 31. Same formation. We got 3 guys in the backfield. Hand off to Murphy, runs forward, and he is tackled just shy of the line to gain. That'll bring up second down and about 3 yards to go for the Hornets. So far, we've seen 2 run plays for the Hornets. From what I've been told, they will not shy away from the run game. It'll be just pounded up your throat the entire time. Snap. Fake handoff outside. That is 34 with the carry. That is big Caden Turner. And he will get the first down for the Hornets. That moves the chains for the Hornets on this first possession. Hornets get the ball here at the 43-yard line. We've got about 10 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
I apologize to those watching on YouTube as our ticker, our points keeper is not working right now. We are working to get that fixed, and it's just not up to date right now.
And
The down and distance and the clock will not be accurate until stated otherwise.
Caden Turner with a run up the middle. Gets about 9 yards on the carry, just shy of the first down. We have a stoppage on the field. Colgrove looking very good on this first possession, just continuously running the ball up the field, using both of their star players to, move the ball. Quarterback goes under center. He's got two guys in the backfield with him. Hands off to Turner again. And he will get the first down. That is another first down for the Hornets.
I'll tell you what, it is no wonder he is getting looks from the next level. He has just been very hard to stop in this game so far.
Well, when you're 6'5", it is definitely hard to take somebody down that size. All right, we are back, and we are third down to go for the Hornets. Buckeyes trying to get their defense off the field here, trying to stop the Hornets. It looks like we will have a 3rd and 3 and short situation here for the Hornets. So far, all they've really done is just run the ball up the middle, nothing to the outside. It has just been all right up the middle.
Yeah, and you're starting to wonder how much longer that is going to succeed for them.
Got 2 in the backfield. Handoff out to the outside, down the field, and is taken down just shy of the 20 at the 21-yard line.
Well, you were talking about them mixing it up, and they mixed it up.
That was Caden Murphy with the carry. Gets another first down for the Hornets. They are just outside of the red zone here, the Hornets are. This possession going on 4 minutes. They have marched up the field, started at their own 26-yard line. And we have quarterback Rylan Smith under center. Hands the ball off right up the middle. That is Caden Murphy with the carry again. And he will be shy of the first down. That'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Hornets. We talked pregame about how the Hornets are just a power run team, and that is the primary of their offense, and they have put that on full display so far here on this first drive. They just keep getting short gain after short gain and keep chipping away at that Buckeye defense. Smith under center. Hands it off to Turner. and he will get down to about the 8-yard line, and that'll be another first down for the Hornets.
There's some gang tackling there by Nelsonville-York. They're going to be preaching that on the sidelines after this drive.
It takes a whole village to take down the big Caden Turner. That'll bring up first and goal for the Hornets. This first possession is ticking away. About 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Hornets at the 9-yard line. Smith under center with Turner and Murphy behind him. Hands it off to Turner, who goes up the middle, and it stops at about the 5-yard line. So that'll bring up second and goal.
Well, that Nelsonville defense is starting to key in. They're starting to get to the ball off of the snap quicker.
Yes, they are. And let's see if they can make a stand here in the red zone and prevent the Hornets from getting into the end zone. Hornets lining up in the backfield, getting ready for the play. They break out. We've got Turner and Murphy in the backfield again. And we got a flag on the play. Looks like we'll have a false start against the Hornets. So that'll back them up 5 yards. That is something that the Buckeyes needed.
This is true. Now they're at a 2nd and 11.
Yep, they needed something to just stop the momentum that the Hornets are gaining. Getting the play call from the sideline. See if the Buckeye defense can stop it here on 2nd and 11. 2nd and goal, really, from the 11-yard line. That is Logan Roberts bringing the play from the sideline to the huddle. Turner and Murphy lined up in the backfield, and there's a handoff to Turner, who goes right up the middle and gets back to about the 5-yard line where they just were. So he picks up about 5 yards on that play. The Hornets here have just marched up this field on this first possession. They got the ball back at their own 25, and they are now within the 5-yard line with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. They have eaten the clock in this first quarter. Handoff to Murphy, and they call him down at the 1-yard line. So now the Buckeyes will have to make a goal line stand here if they want to get the Hornet offense off the field. Hornets are using almost all of this play clock. Just eating this clock away.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you get 5 yards per rush, I think that's a great strategy. Chew up that clock.
Yep.
Keep the ball in your possession as long as possible.
Looks like the ref has called a stoppage to play. Looks like we have an official's timeout on the field. I believe they're trying to get something going on correct here with the clock. And the clock will start to run here. Got 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. In comes number 42, Gage Kraft for the Hornets. We've got Turner and Murphy lined up in the field. You would assume they would go to Turner here. And touchdown Hornets. Ran right up the middle. And that was Turner with the 1-yard rush. The Buckeyes unable to stop the Hornets on that first possession. That first possession ate up almost 8 minutes there on that first possession there for the Hornets.
Well, we saw this 2 weeks ago in Trimble as well. They give up that touchdown in the first drive, but what do? They lock in. They don't give anything else up the rest of the game. You're starting to wonder.
Hornets going for 2 and failing to complete the 2-point conversion. That was a QB hold by number 3, Rylan Smith, and he was stopped short of the line to gain.
We see who made that tackle?
I did not catch who made that tackle. But that's big by the Buckeye defense, stopping them on that 2-point conversion.
That might prove to be one of the biggest stops on defense today.
We want to take a moment here to thank our sponsors on today's broadcast. Our sponsors are Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Nick's Station, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, Farmers Bank, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Cajun Island at the Bridge, First National Bank, the Gem Sports Bar, Hocking Valley Motors, Qdoba, and the Lodge at Hocking College. Just a reminder, you were watching Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. All right, we will get to see the Buckeye offense for the first time here at home, led by quarterback Cameron Sullivan. He is a junior, and the first couple games for the Buckeyes, they have really broken out and lit up the scoreboard. We've got Austin Gautier and Walker Stone in the back to return the kick.
So Alec Thompson.
Alec Thompson, my bad.
And Walker Stone.
The Hornets went for a short kick, and the Buckeyes will get great field position here at the 40-yard line. We'll get to see the Buckeye offense for the first time here at home on Boston Field in front of their hometown crowd. The first two games, they have really lit up the scoreboard, putting 34 up against Trimble and 46 against Logan. That first quarter at Logan, they had 19 points in the first quarter alone. So Sullivan takes over under center in an I formation, two receivers out wide, and hands it off to Gautier. And he will pick up the first down and get into Hornet territory.
Just fantastic second level blocking from everyone on that play.
Yes, the Buckeyes push into Hornet territory at the 47-yard line. And that is a first down for your Buckeyes. Their first one at home here in the 2025 season. Sullivan under center. Hands it to the fullback. That is Dakota Cunningham with the carry. And he will get them 7 yards on that first down play. Dakota Cunningham, another senior on this team. He is a captain along with Austin Gautier. This team has some very solid seniors this year.
And just to keep you updated, we are at 3 minutes left in the quarter. Our clock on our broadcast is still not working properly. We are at, now 2 minutes, 50 seconds left.
2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. There's a pass out wide. Minutes to go here in the first quarter. There's a pass out wide to Cunningham, who will pick up about 7 yards on that play.
6.
Yes, that play that connection from Sullivan to Cunningham has been very, very lethal on this first possession. They've gotten several big plays off of that. Hand off to Gautier. It runs out wide, and I believe we'll pick up the first down. Buckeyes establishing a run game of their own here in the first quarter. Got 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Buckeyes are marching down the field here. They'll have it at the 25-yard line of the Hornets. Sullivan looks to the sideline for the play. He's got Cunningham and Gautier lined up behind him, with Hodgson and Thompson lined out to his left. They'll hand it off to Gautier, who makes the first guy miss and gets taken down at the 21-yard line. The Buckeyes will really lean on Gautier here. He is one of their senior captains and has been one of the main focal points of the offense so far through the first two games. Sullivan under center. Hands it to the fullback, Cunningham, who will dive forward.
Flag on the play.
We have a flag on the play. It looks like a chop block by the Buckeyes, and that'll back them up a little bit. So that'll back the Buckeyes up. Bring them back to the 34-yard line. They got to pick up the 15 to get the first down here on second down. Sullivan looking to the sideline to pick up the play. Rusty Richards here is in his 10th season as the head coach of the Buckeyes. Looking to get back to the playoffs this year. They made it last year. Hands the ball off the out here as he runs to the left. And we'll get them back to close to the original line of scrimmage, but we have a flag on the play. We'll see what the refs call. Refs getting together to confer. And it looks like it'll be a holding against the Buckeyes, and that'll back them up another 10 yards. So what was a very promising drive for the Buckeyes has resulted in two consecutive flags that have backed them up. Now we're going to get a second down and a long way to go for the Buckeyes. We got 1 minute and 4 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Just a reminder, you are watching Nelsonville-York on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. 2nd and 33 to go for the Buckeyes. Sullivan lining up in the shotgun. He's got Cunningham in the backfield with him. And they will pitch it forward. That is Alec Thompson on the run. And there are a bunch of Hornets there to take him down at the 41-yard line.
Gain of about 8 there.
Brings up a 3rd and 20, 3rd and
25.
25.
Certainly not where Rusty Richards wants to be here.
No, this is not how you envisioned your first home possession to go. They will pass the ball up. He is running. He might go all the way. That is Marcus Stone with the touchdown for the Buckeyes.
That is a hard-nosed, would not go down run.
That was Sullivan to Stone.
You see how many tackles he broke there?
Broke tackle after tackle. There were several times that I thought he was going to get brought down or the refs were going to call, stoppage of game, but no, he kept persevering through. Not only did he pick up the first down, but he picks up the first touchdown here for the Buckeyes at home.
Grant Elliott lined up, about to take the extra point kick.
Snap, hold down, kick up. And it is good. The Buckeyes will take a 7-6 lead here going into the end of the quarter. And we will take a break here, and we will be right back.
Chief Barber from Nelsonville Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Council Volunteer Fire Department. It's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this
certification programs help reskill, upskill, and start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their future, hands-on training, healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tri-county.cc today.
Welcome back to Nelsonville-York Football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We get ready to kick off the second quarter here with your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes leading the Cold Grove Hornets 7-6. Buckeyes had two costly penalties that backed them up into a 2nd and 33. And they were not only able to pick up the first down, but they got a touchdown off a 3rd and 25?
3rd and 25. That's right, Ethan. Just hard-nosed running, would not go down. Broke about 4 or 5 tackles on the way there.
Walker Stone getting the first touchdown for the Buckeyes here at home. And the kick is away. Start off the second quarter. That is Dawson Bryant, or Cole Groves, Rylan Smith, I believe, on the carry, on the return. And he gets the Hornets up to the 34-yard line, it looks like.
You know what's funny about that is that Nelsonville-York has Cameron Sullivan, their quarterback, kicking, and Colgrove had Rylan Smith, their quarterback, returning. Quarterback to quarterback on a kickoff. Something you don't see every day.
Not every day, but you see it here in Southeastern Ohio high school football. The lights are turning on here. We are excited for Friday Night Lights to return here to Boston Field in Buckdale, Ohio, on the campus of the Nelsonville-York High School. The first possession, the Hornets ate away about 8 minutes of that first quarter, and they just ran the ball right up the middle almost every single time. And they get right back to it with Caden Murphy on the carry. He will get to pick up about 4 yards, it looks like. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. That first quarter, man, they just ate that clock away. They would run that play clock down to as far as it can go, snap it, run the ball about 4 yards, and do it all over again. Let's see if the Buckeyes can stop the Hornets here on this second drive of the game. Pitch out wide. That is Murphy again, running outside, and it looks like
I think they're giving him the first.
They give him the first down. It's another first down for the Hornets. Got 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Buckeyes leading 7-6.
I'll tell you what, Colgrove head coach Jay Lucas must have dinner plans tonight with how fast he is making this clock go.
Well, it's a 2-hour drive back down to Colgrove, and I know they don't want to be out super late.
That is true.
This is the start of a 3-game homestand for the Buckeyes. They'll be back home next week. And that is Murphy again with the run. And he gets taken down by Caleb Layton by
Looks
the Buckeyes.
like they're calling it at the 49 there.
That'll bring up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 4 for the Hornets. They have really relied on the two guys we highlighted in the beginning of the game. They have really relied right now on Caden Turner and Caden Murphy, alternating handoffs between the two of them. There goes Murphy, and the Buckeyes will get him in the backfield. That is the first tackle for loss of the game for the Buckeyes. And that was, did you see who had the tackle there for the Buckeyes?
Looks like it was number 1, Holden Hodgson.
The junior getting into the backfield to take down.
Yeah, I think he's a safety too.
Yep.
Got up there quick.
Well, when you know the other team is just primarily run, you're going to stack that box and just try to really jam them up the middle and do whatever you can to get into the backfield. You're almost blitzing every possession here.
Well, might as well too. We haven't seen a pass from them, have we?
No, we have not. And speaking of pass, that is the quarterback running around, and he gets the pass away. Overthrows his receiver. That was Rylan Smith on the pass, and he was targeting Gage Kraft there, and he just overthrew him.
Tight coverage, tried to get it above the shorter defensive back. It was a pretty tall receiver. To give him credit, he just overshot it a little bit.
Yep, he was running for his life in the backfield as the Buckeyes were able to get great penetration into the backfield to almost got the sack, but he got the pass away and it fell incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th and 5 for the Hornets. Let's see, will they punt it away or are they going to go for it here?
Looks like they're going to go for it.
Just on the verge of the 50. If you're the Buckeyes, you do not want to jump off sides here. 2 lined up in the backfield. And it looks like the Hornets will take a timeout, and we will take a timeout with them. We'll be right back.
Chief Barber from Nelsonville-York Buckeyes here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York County Volunteer Fire Department. It's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Welcome back to Nelsonville-York Football live here on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We want to give a shout out to some of our other sponsors here tonight. The Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Nick Station, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, Farmers Bank, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Cajun Island at the Bridge, First National Bank, the Gem Sports Bar, Hocking Valley Motors, Qdoba, and the Lodge at Hocking College. And there was the Hornets punt, and that was Alec Thompson on the return. He got a nice return, and then just a hard block there by the Buckeyes. I didn't quite get who it was, but the refs throw the flag, and we will get a flag here. The trainer's coming out onto the field. That'll be a first down for the Buckeyes, and we will see them here on the field for the second time. And we will take a break as they tend to this injured player on the field.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development certification programs help re-skill, upskill, and start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their future, hands-on training, healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
That was Landon McKnight, who was the down player for the Hornets. He was able to get back up and move off the field under his own power. The Buckeyes will now take over at their own 10-yard line. That was a nice driving punt there by number 16, Cameron Sullivan. No, wrong person. My bad.
Don't know who it was for Colgrove who gave that punt.
That was a nice driving punt by the Hornets. That was Alec Thompson who had the return. And he had a nice return, but the penalty brings them back to the 10-yard line. So now we get to see the Buckeyes for the second time tonight. Hand off to Gaudier, and he runs right up the middle. And he will get close to the first down. We'll see where the refs spot him. And it looks like they are giving him the first down there at the 20-yard line.
Maybe the 21.
Slide him at the 20-yard line. The Buckeyes getting a big stop there on that second possession. Take over with a 7-6 lead here with 8 minutes. Now, if you're the Buckeyes, you kind of want to run this clock down a little bit because you get the second half for kickoff. You get to receive that. And if you can get a 2-for-1 here going in. Pitch out to Gaudier, who will throw wide open. That is Alex Thompson on the reception. If he didn't have to die for that, what kind of touchdown? But he calls in the reception, a huge pickup for the Buckeyes.
Little flea flicker action from Rusty Richards there. And again, play design, he was wide open. Pass led just a little too far. He had to dive for it, but it would have been a touchdown.
We saw last week how the trick play from the Buckeyes kind of hurt them, but here it helps them. That is a nice pickup and a potential momentum shifter, but we get a flag on the field. And it looks like it'll be a false start against the Buckeyes. That's one of those ones where you're a coach, you're really annoyed by that because you just have a big play and then you get backed up 5 yards. That can be a real momentum killer here. Let's
Mhm.
see how the Buckeyes respond to that.
I'll tell you what, if I'm on that Buckeyes team, I got a lump in my throat going into that locker room at half.
For sure. Sullivan lines up in the backfield. He goes under center. High formation. 2 receivers out to his left. Looks like they'll hand the ball back off to Gaudier. And he will pick up about 3 yards to the 40-yard line. And that will bring up 2nd and 13, it looks like, for the Buckeyes. Some substitutions coming in here for the Buckeyes. Sullivan lines up. 2 receivers out to his right, 1 to his left. He's got 2 in the backfield with him. Option pass, pitch out. And that was Walker Stone on the run. Flag on the play. That'll bring them down to the 45-yard line before the flag, and we'll see what the refs are calling a face mask on the Hornets. So that'll move the Buckeyes up to the 49-yard line, and it'll bring up 2nd and 1, I believe.
And I believe that was Caden Murphy on the Hornets defense.
It'll bring up 3rd and 2 here for the Buckeyes. And we have a timeout taken by the Hornets. And we will take a timeout with them. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Chief Barber from Nelsonville-York Buckeyes, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
It takes determination to create a successful business. It's never easy, but always worth it. It takes making a leap of faith. It takes patience and late nights to reinvest in a startup. But it also takes asking for guidance from dependable people. All to turn a dream into a reality. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
And welcome back to Nelsonville-York Football live here on Total Media Sports presented by McFadden Insurance. Buckeyes 3rd and 3 here on their 2nd possession of the day. Handoff right up the middle. That was Dakota Cunningham. And the Buckeyes will pick up a 1st down and continue this drive with 6 minutes and 53 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. Hornets already taken 2 timeouts here in the 1st half. As the clock ticks down, Buckeyes giving the Hornets a taste of their own medicine, kind of wasting the clock here, bleeding it. There's a handoff. That is Walker Stone with the run. He will pick up about 3 yards on the carry. As the clock ticks down, we approach 6 minutes left here in the 2nd quarter. Your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes 7, the Cold Grove Hornets 6. That 2-point conversion that the Hornets failed to convert might come back to bite them here as the clock ticks away. Handoff Gaudier right up the middle. And he will keep running, and he will pick up the 1st down. Gaudier has found the holes so far this game. He is doing a great job of carrying the Buckeyes offense. Not only can he run the ball, but he can also pass it. Sullivan lines up under center. He's got Cunningham and Gaudier behind him. Nobody out wide. Hands off to Gaudier, runs up the right side. Makes, oh, nice spin move to the defender. Side steps. And he could go all the way, and he will. That is another touchdown for your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes. Gaudier just sidestepped, spun, and made defenders miss. He probably dodged 3 or 4 defenders there on that run to the end zone. Buckeyes scored to take a 13-6 lead here with 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go. We've got Grant Elliott lining up to take the extra point. Snap is good. Hold down. Kick up. And it is good. The Buckeyes take a 14-6 lead here. And we will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
And welcome back to the Nelsonville-York football live stream here on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. Your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes take a 14-6 lead here with 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the second quarter. Buckeyes getting ready to kick it away. Austin Gaudier picks up his first touchdown on the day. His first touchdown here at Boston Field in 2025. And the kick is away. 2 Hornets run into each other. That was Case Webb and Logan Roberts, who both went for the ball. They ran into each other, were able to hold on to it. That could have been disastrous for the Hornets if they fumbled it right there.
You know, every once in a while, there's a fly ball to the outfield, and they say, that looks like a football catch. That looked like a baseball catch.
That could have been disastrous for the Hornets, but they hold on to it, and they will take over at their own 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hornets. It looks like they're lining up in shotgun here for probably the second time today. Handoff pitch to, that is a pitch out to Caden Murphy, and he will pick up about 2 yards. It looks like there was a flag on the play, actually, and we will get the Hornets backed up. I believe it was a holding call. And that'll bring up 1st and 20 for the Hornets. That is killer if you are the Hornets. You had a great first down run, and now you get backed up 10 yards. Now you got to go 1st and 20.
Yeah, and that's just what we've been seeing all game from both sides.
And they went for, looked like they were trying to hit Caden Turner in a little screen pass action, but the Buckeyes jammed it, got pressure to the quarterback, and Ryland Smith was just forced to throw the ball away. That was great pressure there by the Buckeyes, getting into the backfield.
Yeah, but you don't hate to see a quarterback get into trouble and then just throw it away, especially at this level. That's hard to teach.
That is a smart play, especially backed up deep in your own territory. Hornets continuing to bleed this play clock here. Even though the clock's not running, they still like to use up almost the entire play clock. 5 seconds left on the play clock here. They get it off. Drop back. And the Buckeyes get a sack. That was Chance Stoltz getting into the backfield to take the quarterback down. They pin the Buckeyes pin the Hornets deep into their own zone. Hornets backed all the way up to their own 7-yard line.
Now, somehow, this is only the longest third down we've seen by a tiny bit.
3rd and 37. I believe the Buckeyes had a 3rd and 25 earlier in the game, but this is
Oh,
3rd and
you're right. It
30.
was a second.
Second down. It was 2nd and 33. This is 3rd and 37 for the Hornets at their own 7-yard line. Handoff. Caden Murphy. Caden Murphy will pick up maybe 3 yards on that. And that will bring up a 4th and a long way to go. If you're the Buckeyes, you send the house trying to block it this deep in the Hornet zone.
Might as well.
Might as
I don't
well.
see why not.
The Buckeyes have Alec Thompson and Walker Stone, it looks like, back to receive. And the punter for the Hornets is Caden Turner. A driving punt. That was real risky there.
Not
Walker
sure.
Stone, he kind of watched it bounce past him, and I think it may have touched his foot as it went past him. And
I think he realized that, which is why he started to chase it down and not let the kicking team.
Yeah, he jumped on it right before the Hornets could get there, but they were right there on top of him, trying to get that football.
And I do think it touched his foot, and that would have been a turnover. So, good way to put his body on that line, fall on that ball at the end of that play.
This will be the 3rd possession here for the Buckeyes. They take over at their own 34. They had a good mix the first 2 possessions of pass and rush. We've got 1 receiver lined up to the right, 3 to the left, actually. Sullivan in the backfield and shotgun. Clean snap. Pitch off. That is Grant Elliott, who's going to run and pick up the first down, it looks like. That is the same play they ran last week at Logan that resulted in an interception. Here, Elliott did the smart thing and ran the ball instead of trying to pass it. It looks like they will get the first down at the 45-yard line. For those of you that were able to make the trip up to Logan, that play looked awfully familiar. They tried a trick play on their 2nd drive and converted. They tried one on the 3rd. And here's Gautier with the run up the middle, kind of to the side. He's going to pick up gain of 4 yards. We've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. Your Buckeyes lead 14-6. Sullivan in the I formation. Another handoff to Gautier. He boots a defender and he gets tackled by number 56. That is Max Kleiber for the Hornets. Gautier trucked that first defender and then was taken down by the second one. Buckeyes pick up another first down, going with a little bit of tempo here. Sullivan back to pass. And we'll run straight forward. Got a pass out wide. That is Holden Hodgson on the run, and we got a. So that flag puts the Buckeyes deep into Hornet territory. They will have 1st and 10 to go here with 56 seconds left in the 2nd quarter, leading 14-6. They take over at the Hornet 31.
I'll tell you what, they have just made some impossible first downs in this game.
Yes, sir. Sullivan back to pass. Throws across the middle. His target was Walker Stone, who could not haul it in. He was wide open. Nobody around him would have picked up the first down if he could haul it in, but it went right through his hands. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Sullivan's had some good-looking passes so far this game. Unfortunately, just some incompletions. Nothing.
I wouldn't say anything aggressively inaccurate.
No, he has been pretty on target with his passes. He lines up. He's got 2 to his left and 2 to his right. Drops back to pass, looks to his left, throws it over the top. That is Alec Thompson with the reception.
He's going to take that out of bounds and stop the clock.
And we'll see if the Hornets just kneel and run the clock out, or we have another stoppage here. Referees confer together. It's the first kick out of bounds we've seen tonight. And it's the first one I've seen all season, I believe, at the several high school football games that I've attended. They're going to...
Well, I can say with confidence it was the first for me.
So they'll spot the ball at the 40-yard line. We got 37 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes leading 21-6 against the Cold Grove Hornets. That is Rylan Smith under center. He's got two backs with him. They hand the ball off. That is Caden Turner with the run, and he will get close to the first down as the clock continues to run here for the Hornets. They will spot it at the 49-yard line. The Hornets, if they really want, can just take this into halftime.
Maybe they... Well, looks like they're...
One play. They'll hand the ball off.
Caden Murphy.
Caden Murphy, he'll run the ball up the left, gets stopped, but he does pick up the first down. 7 seconds to go here. And it looks like the Hornets will not take another snap. Welcome back to the Nelsonville-York halftime show. I am joined here by Dr. Andrea Townsend, the
students, outside of school. So thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And that was Dr. Andrea Townsend, the superintendent at Tri-County Career Center. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
And welcome back to Nelsonville-York football on Total Media Sports presented by McFadden Insurance. We want to give a quick shout out to some of our other sponsors for tonight. The Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Nick Station, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, Farmers Bank, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Cajun Island at the Bridge, First National Bank, the Gem Sports Bar, Hocking Valley Motors, Qdoba, and the Lodge at Hocking College. That first half of football, that was a great half. The Cold Grove Hornets established a run game early on that first drive. They marched down about 80 yards and scored a touchdown, failed their two-point conversion, and from there, it has been all Nelsonville-York Buckeyes.
That's right, Ethan. 21 unanswered points from Nelsonville-York. And I'm sure what was talked about in both locker rooms at half was the penalties. It was rough on both teams offensively for penalties. Not so much defense. I think there was maybe one or two defensive penalties sprinkled in there. But for the most part, it was pre-snap or holding penalties for offenses.
Both teams had some insurmountable second and longs, third and longs, and the Buckeyes converted theirs.
That's true. They had, 3 super long downs, and they converted all of them.
The Buckeyes, with this 21-6 lead, they have 3 different touchdown scores tonight.
That's right. It was
Austin Gautier got one.
Cameron Sullivan had a rushing.
Sullivan, and I believe, was it Walker Stone who had the other one?
Yes, it was Walker Stone.
Yeah, they just 3 great possessions by the Buckeyes. And their defense, after that first possession, really locked in and just prevented the Hornets from even really getting up and down the field. And something I talked with Coach Richards about this past week, at the start of the second half against Logan tried an onside kick. They were down big, and Coach Richards said they had nothing to lose. So at halftime, he told his guys, expect an onside kick. He told me this past week that he kind of expects the same thing if it's a similar situation. So we could see an onside kick here to start the half.
It would be exciting, to say the least.
It would be very exciting, and who knows, maybe we'll get that.
Well, and I can guarantee that Cold Grove does not want to go down 4 scores here. So I think it's highly likely that they do try for that onside there.
We got about a minute to go here before we start the second half. What are you looking forward to here in the second half, Noah?
I'm looking forward to some clean football. I want to see things cleaned up from that first half. I want to see what kind of adjustments they make on both teams to keep those downs where they are. Don't move back unless it's obviously they don't want a bad play that loses yards, but they also don't want a penalty that loses 10 yards instead of 1. If it was a tackle for loss, for example.
I'm expecting to see Austin Gautier pick up where he left off and continue to just run through the holes his linemen provide for him. He had a great first half. I don't have stats in front of me, but he ran all over the defense of the Hornets.
Yeah, and I would say it makes it a lot easier on Gautier when quarterback Cameron Sullivan has been incredibly accurate with his passing. There has been some drops, but his passes themselves have been fairly accurate, and it has made the defense have to guess.
And along with Gautier, Dakota Cunningham has been taking a lot of reps back there in the backfield as well, and he has just carried that load as well and picked up where Austin Gautier has left off by running through those gaps. And now deep for the Buckeyes, we have Alec Thompson to return. And the Hornets kick it off. And the Buckeyes catch it, and they will go down at about the 33. That looked like it was Colin Elliott who caught the kickoff.
Yep, and good moving just to go down there. I mean, the field's a little wet still, a little slippery.
Correction, that was Cameron Sullivan, the quarterback, who caught the ball there.
Oh,
And that was smart to just catch it and go down. The lights are on here at Boston Field. It is officially Friday Night Lights here in Nelsonville, the first home game of the season, and the Buckeyes take over here in the second half.
can't even see that hill over the horizon anymore.
Like I said, there's Gautier running right up and picking up. It looks like they'll give him the first down. He will pick up right where he left off. First down, Buckeyes. Gautier picks it up. We've got one receiver to the right, one to the left. Sullivan lined up with two running backs. They'll hand it off to Gautier again, and he gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That was
Caden Turner.
Caden Turner. We talked about him pregame being the go-to guy on defense, and he has been there to make a lot of the tackles.
3-star prospect right there, just immediately sniffing out Gautier at the line.
Sullivan looking to the sideline to grab the play. He's got Hodgson and Thompson out wide, one either side. And he's got Cunningham and Gautier in the backfield with him. It looks like they'll hand it off to Gautier again. And he will gain about 4 yards.
That time, Caden Murphy on the tackle. Both Cadens getting into some action there.
Star running back taking down star running back. Buckeyes now have a 3rd and 7 to go here on their first possession in the third quarter. You got 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go here. Sullivan in the I formation. They'll hand the ball off to Gautier, and he gets tripped up by Caden Murphy. Caden Murphy was able to make that shoestring tackle to bring up a big 4th down. And it looks like the Buckeyes will go into punt formation here. Caden Murphy will be back deep for the Hornets to return. And we will have, it looks like, Cameron Sullivan punting away for the Buckeyes. Snap is clean. Punt is away. A booming punt. It'll touch down at about the 24-yard line and roll all the way back to, looks like, the 14. And that's where we will see the Cold Grove Hornets on their first possession of the second half. And we will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
And we are back. And the first play for the Hornets was a run right up the middle, and they pick up about 4 yards on that. Welcome back to the Nelsonville-York Football live stream on Total Media, presented by McFadden Insurance. This will bring up 2nd down and 5 here for the Hornets. On their first possession of the second quarter, their first possession of the first half was incredible. They marched down the field. They're trying to pick that up here in the second half. And that was Caden Turner on the run. Him and Caden Murphy have really been splitting runs out of the backfield here throughout the game. That'll be a first down for the Hornets. Quarterback Rylan Smith lines up. He's got the two Cadens behind him. Nobody lined up as a receiver, and they hand it off to Murphy. He will pick up about 5 yards, it looks like. This has been the game plan of the Hornets all day, is just run the ball up the middle. If they don't have to pass it, that is a successful drive for them.
Yeah, and for a reason, their passing success has not been very visible in this game.
Every time they've dropped back to pass, the Buckeyes have gotten pressure into the backfield.
Well, that's what happens when you're trying to get the running back in the backfield on every play, too.
And that is a run right up the middle. That looks like it was Caden Turner on the carry, and that'll bring up third and short, my bad. Dakota Cunningham makes the tackle for the Buckeyes. 3rd and 2 from the 34-yard line. We got 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go here. The Buckeyes trying to stay perfect on the season, trying to get the third down stop here. And a whole host of Buckeyes stand up Caden Turner at the line and drive him back about a yard. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Hornets.
That's just good teamwork right there.
Now, you're down 21-6 here in the third quarter. If you're the Hornets, do you go for it here on 4th down?
Well, I think at this point in the game, you have to. I mean, there's less than 20 minutes of game time left, and you're down 2 scores, sorry.
And it looks like the Hornets will take a timeout to talk it over, and we'll take a timeout with them. We'll be right back here on the Nelsonville-York live stream.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
And welcome back to the Nelsonville-York football live stream here on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We want to give a shout out to all the sponsors that make this possible for us. Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Nick Station, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, Farmers Bank, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Cajun Island at the Bridge, First National Bank, the Gem Sports Bar, Hocking Valley Motors, Qdoba, and the Lodge at Hocking College. The Hornets are going for it here on 4th down. Buckeyes trying to get a big stop to get the offense off the field. And Caden Turner will take it deep down the field. And that was Walker Stone making the touchdown saving tackle.
That was just a great run there. I mean, could you even see him before he was suddenly 20 yards downfield?
He busted through that line with authority, and he was off to the races. And that was Walker Stone making the diving foot tackle.
Really good tackle there. A touchdown saving tackle, potentially game winning tackle.
Could be. Hornets line up in that same formation. And that is Murphy on the carry. And he will pick up about 4 yards, it looks like.
Looks like he was taken down by Dakota Cunningham, from what I could see.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. With roughly 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
We had about 5 minutes of thunderstorming before the game started, and it looks like that is manifesting itself into fog here.
2nd down here for the Hornets. And that is a handoff to Murphy again, and he will fall forward for about a yard. And that will bring up 3rd and 4 here for the Hornets. In that first half, they tried to chew up as much clock as they could. And they are trying to do the same thing here in the second half, playing from behind. They are using almost all of that play clock every single time.
Yeah, which it's a little surprising when they're playing down 2 scores.
In the same formation that they always roll in, and they hand it off to Turner. And he will fight. It looks like they'll mark him down at the 36-yard line, and that'll bring up another 4th down. Looks like it'll be about a 4th and 2 here for the Buckeyes, or for the Hornets. Buckeye defense trying to stand tall here.
Gonna try to, most likely, another tough run down the middle.
This is going to be a big 4th down for both teams. This could determine the game. If the Hornets are able to get it here, that is momentum on their side.
Home crowd getting rowdy here, pushing for the stop.
Everybody's excited. It's a pitch out to Turner, and he will pick up the 1st down. That is a little different look there for the Hornets. Usually it's a run right up the middle, but that time they pitched it out, and they pick up the 1st down. So this drive continues here with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line here for the Hornets.
And again, you want to see Nelsonville trying to force them to pass a little bit, but we just haven't seen that.
Hand off to Turner, who runs right up the middle, picks up the 1st down. That was Brandon Hanley and Alec Thompson on the tackle. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 1. So this drive is looking very similar to that first drive of the game for the Hornets, where they were able to just run almost right up the middle every single time and chew up clock while going coast to coast with their offense. Hand off to Caden Murphy, and he will fall forward for a 1st down. And that'll bring them into the red zone at the 15-yard line. The Buckeye defense has to be tired and worn out on this drive, and they're trying desperately to get the stop, to get off the field. But the Hornet offense is just continuously pushing that thing right up the middle.
Well, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's a good point. 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. And the Hornets will get down to the 10-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd and 5. Two minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. The score 21-6, your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes on top. 2nd and 5 here for the Hornets. Rylan Smith goes under center. He's got the 2 Cadens behind him. And they hand that one off to Murphy. And he is stopped almost immediately. Looks like they'll give him 1 yard on the carry.
Well, what do you think? Do you think Nelsonville-York's going to finally get him to try to throw the ball on this drive?
It's 3rd down. It's 4-down territory here, as we've seen them go for multiple 4th down conversions on this drive. The Hornets line up. The same formation that they have been in all game. Hand off to Turner. And he falls forward close to the 1st down. That was Dakota Cunningham on the tackle. And that'll bring up 4th and 1. On a 4th down here for the Hornets, you expect them to hand it off to Turner.
I think you would have to with the success you've gotten in other areas. Handing it off to Turner seems to always be at least 1 yard.
With that 6'5" frame, it's going to be hard to take him down, especially in a short situation like this. Crowd getting loud here, and it looks like we are getting a equipment timeout here. It looks like one of the helmets of the Buckeye player was malfunctioning a little bit. And here we go, clock running, 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. Hornets lined up, and they fumbled a snap. They fumbled it again, and the Buckeyes recover. Buckeyes recover. That was
Rylan Smith. And so far, the Buckeyes streak of 1 touchdown per game continues. Rylan Smith, the quarterback, I don't know if he fumbled it once, was able to pick it up and started running, trying to pick up the first down. He started to reach out for that first down. It looked like one of the Buckeyes batted it away. I didn't see who fell on it for the Buckeyes, but they pick up the turnover, and that is the first turnover of the game so far. Yeah, and honestly, it's been impressive from both sides on that front. Very clean game. That is huge for the Buckeyes as the Hornets were driving deep into the red zone, and they take over now at their own 8-yard line, I believe. Deep in their own zone, they hand the ball off. Dakota Cunningham just trucking his way up through that line. He bulldozed one of those Hornet defenders before 2 guys were there to take him down. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 4, it looks like, for the Buckeyes. We've got 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Sullivan looking over to the sideline, trying to pick up the play call. He's got Gautier and Dakota Cunningham in the backfield with him. Doesn't look like he has any wide receivers lined up out wide. Might have a tight end break free here. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Hand off to Gautier. And he will dive forward and get close to that first down. That looked like it was Rylan Smith on the tackle. He's a little bit slow to get up, but they give Gautier the first down. And that is another Buckeye first down with 3 seconds here to go in the quarter. And that'll bring us to the end of the third. We've played 3 quarters. We've got 1 to go. Your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes on top, 21-6.
It takes determination to create a successful business. It's never easy, but always worth it. It takes making a leap of faith. It takes patience and late nights to reinvest in a startup. But it also takes asking for guidance from dependable people. All to turn a dream into a reality. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
And welcome back to the Nelsonville-York live stream here on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We are into the 4th quarter of play here with your Buckeyes taking over. They lead 21-6. Yes, and that third quarter was exactly what we wanted to see from the Buckeyes. No penalties on either team. The Hornets had a great drive going, converting multiple 4th down conversions. On their 3rd 4th down conversion of the drive, they fumbled the ball not once, but twice. They recovered the first one, but fumbled the second one and lost it, and the Buckeyes take over here. They take over at their own 19. 1st and 10. Sullivan lines up under center with Cunningham and Gautier behind him. Looks like the umpires are over talking to the Coal Grove coaches. Not exactly sure what they're talking about, but all right. It looks like we are ready to go here for the 4th quarter. And the Buckeyes take over at their own 18-yard line here to start the 4th quarter. And Sullivan under center. Takes the snap, hands the ball off to Gautier, runs to his right, and will get tackled by almost every defender on the Hornets defensive side. He will pick up about about 2 yards on that play. Gautier has really been that workhorse here for the Buckeyes throughout this game and throughout the season. He's one of the senior captains that Coach Richards knows he can really rely on this year.
And truly the center of this offense. I mean, everything is revolved around him to some extent.
And he's also anchored in that backfield with Dakota Cunningham, another one of his senior captains. It's big when you have two guys that you know you can hand the rock off to that have been here and done this before. Coach Richards has all the faith in those two guys.
Oh, yeah, that's a 1-2 punch that you just...
Gautier puts out. It's going to go all the way. Going in front of him, that is Walter Stone with the touchdown. Walter Stone goes 80 yards for another Buckeye touchdown. Just phenomenal running. That was incredible. He had a great block outside, made one defender miss, and then there was nobody close to him. He had Logan Roberts chasing him. He was the closest Hornet defender to him, and that'll give the Buckeyes a 27-6 lead here with 10 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Grant Elliott lined up to kick. Snap good, hold down, kick up, and it is good. 4 for 4 on extra points tonight is Grant Elliott. That is the fourth touchdown scored by the Buckeyes tonight. I believe that is the second by Walker Stone. Walker Stone, a junior. And that's also good when you have guys that are a little bit younger that you know you can rely on. And that looks good going into next year. It's good getting these guys these reps here early in the season.
Oh, yeah, you want to know who your captains are next year, too.
Cameron Sullivan pulling double duty here as the long kicker and quarterback. Will kick the ball away here for the Buckeyes. Looks like we have a few guys over here from the Hornets that are starting to cramp up. Got just over 10.5 minutes to go here in the game. Your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes leading 28-6. Cam Sullivan to kick the ball away. We've got Caden Murphy deep to return for the Coal Grove Hornets.
And he's just been electric all game.
He has been part of that 1-2 punch for the Hornets.
I'm not sure if we've seen him return a kick yet. At least not a full return.
Sullivan lines up under center. He's got Dakota Cunningham and Austin Gautier behind him. Drops back to pass. Makes the defender miss. Throws it deep downfield. Intended receiver was Alec Thompson. And number 4, Braden Kleiber was there to break it up for the Hornets.
That's just good defending right there.
Cameron Sullivan did a great job making the one defender miss in the backfield. And I mean, that pass was right on the money. It just great defending, like you said, by the Hornets to break that pass up. Kleiber did a great job to get there and prevent a big dagger play. 9 minutes and 50 seconds to go here. Sullivan hands off to Gautier, and he will make the first guy miss, but gets pulled down at the 45. Looked like that was Caden Murphy on the tackle. Caden Murphy really doing a good job of getting things done on both sides of the field. He's made some real big tackles here for the Hornets. Sullivan looking to the sideline, picking up the play. No receivers lined up out wide. It looks like he has Cunningham and I believe Gautier in the backyard with him. 3rd and 5, and they hand the ball to Dakota Cunningham, and he runs right up the middle. Gets pulled down, and just shy of the first down.
Looks about half a yard short.
He was real close. It's now 4th and 1. If you're the Buckeyes, do you go for it to try to seal this game?
I would say might as well.
You've got the 28-6 lead.
And it's not like they've had too many negative plays on their offense.
Not this half. First half, they were killed by penalties, but very few here in the second half, knock on wood.
Have they gotten any?
I do not believe yet. And Sullivan will run right up the middle. The QB design sneak. And it looks like it was Leland McKnight on the tackle to bring him down.
They just did not see that coming. They were frozen around him as he broke through that line.
It looks like they went kind of a quick snap and just caught them sleeping.
Yep.
So it looks like Keegan Tomstra comes in for Austin Gautier, give him a quick breather. Sullivan looking over, grabbing the play, lining up. We've got 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the game. Your Buckeyes up 28-6. Sullivan under center. Hands the ball off to Cunningham, and he slips in the backfield, and it looks like he'll lose a yard on that play. It looks like that Dewey Field just came a little slick, and he went to plant and just lost his footing. Buckeyes will have it 2nd and 1 here.
Looks like fullback Dakota Cunningham is coming off the field. Did not see who they subbed in, and a flag.
False start on the Buckeye, or illegal procedure on the Buckeyes. That'll back them up, it looks like 5 yards. Next week, the Cold Grove Hornets travel back home to take on Chesapeake. And your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes will be back home next week as part of a 3-game homestand. And they take on River Valley. Sullivan pitches out to Gautier, and he will get back into positive territory. And they will spot him down, and they will spot him down just shy of the first down, about 3rd and 4, it looks like.
And that's just been the story with Nelsonville-York in the first half. Getting these penalties that set him back, and then just the next play, it's like nothing ever happened.
Officially 12 yards on the carry there for Gautier, and it'll be 3rd and 4 with 6 minutes to go here in the game. Your Buckeyes will be home next week against River Valley, their first TVC matchup of the season. So finally starting some conference play next week. Sullivan, fake handoff, looking deep. Throws over.
Oh, that is Alec Thompson on the grab.
And that'll be another first down for the Buckeyes. Looks like it'll be a gain of 15. That was a big hit by the Hornets. It looked like that was Leland McKnight on the tackle. That puts the Buckeyes into the red zone again tonight, looking to score their 5th touchdown of the night. Sullivan looking over to get the play. Alec Thompson, after that reception, will line up to the left, and we've got Hodgson on the right side. And it's going to be a designed quarterback sneak. And Sullivan's going to march all the way into the end zone for another York Buckeye touchdown.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on this game, and man, he's just looked incredible tonight.
After that first drive of the game by the Hornets, it has been all Buckeyes, 34 unanswered as we narrow into the end of the game. We got 5 minutes to go here. Elliott lines up for his 5th extra point of the night.
And he was only able to make 4 last week out of 6 attempts, so let's see if he can keep that streak going in this game.
Kick is up, and it is low. Way to jinx him there.
I knew better. I knew better than to say something there.
It looked like the snap was a little wobbly. It may have been deflected at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it is 34-6 Buckeyes. We will take a break and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
And welcome back to the Nelsonville-York live stream here on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. Your Buckeyes pick up another touchdown. They lead 34-6. The PAT unfortunately was missed. It hit the bottom part of the upright. To kick away, we have Cameron Sullivan kicking away. We've got Turner. We've got Murphy deep. They have not kicked to him at all tonight. Finally give him a chance to return. Picks it up about the 5-yard line. And he will return the ball back to about the 33-yard line. And we have a injured Buckeye on the field. And we will take that injury timeout with them, and we'll be right back after this.
Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
That was Keegan Thompson down for the Buckeyes, and he is helped to the sideline by his teammates. The Hornets now will take over at their own 34-yard line. They have been stifled on every possession since their first one.
And at this point in the game, you got to go for broke. You have to start trying to throw the ball, which they have been avoiding all game long.
We've got 4 minutes and 55 seconds to go here in the game. Your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes on top, 34-6. The Buckeyes have scored 34 unanswered points. Coach Richards has emphasized the toughness of his defense throughout the first 3 games. One-handed catch. That was a one-handed catch by Turner. They're finally going to the air game here. That was a nice pass by quarterback Rylan Smith. And they'll be short of the first down. It'll be officially a gain of 8 or 9 yards.
Was that their first completed pass?
I think it might have been. We'll bring up 2nd and 1 for the Hornets. We'll see if they start airing the ball out here this fourth quarter.
Well, I feel like you have to, except maybe on this exact situation. On the 2nd and 1, I can see them maybe running for it.
2nd and 1. Quarterback lined up in the shotgun, and it'll be a screen pass. And they will pick up the first down and much more. That was Caden Murphy with the reception. He started in the backfield, went in motion, and his quarterback Smith hit him as he went into motion. He had a little bit of space to get ahead of steam going, and he picks up the first down.
And these are some concepts that I think are going to work pretty well for the Hornets in this drive. You know, we've been seeing them run the ball all game, not getting too much success in their passing game, going deep. So just some easy completions, getting the ball to the hands of your playmakers.
And a pitch out to Murphy, and he will run forward for about 7 yards. We highlighted him at the beginning of the game, and he has really been the go-to running back for this Hornets offense. Coach Richards really emphasized how important it was for them to stop him to be successful tonight, and they've done a really good job at that. It'll bring up 2nd and 3 here for the Hornets, driving with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the game, trying to get back into the end zone for the first time since their first drive of the game. Buckeyes bring blitz, and that is a incompletion. Just threw that away to avoid the sack. And that was Caleb Layton there getting to the quarterback, getting the pressure. And it looks like we will get an intentional grounding call here on the Hornets. The ball did not make it out of bounds or back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll back up the Hornets quite a bit. 3 Buckeyes really made it into the backfield there and just got pressure on Smith. He was smart enough to throw it away, but did not make it out of bounds or to the line of scrimmage, and that is why we get that intentional grounding.
And how much is an intentional grounding at this level? Because
They just put it back to where the quarterback was.
Oh, wow.
So it's a spot foul, I believe. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 20, it looks like. So they move the ball back in. It's a loss of down.
Well,
4 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. This is definitely a pass situation here for Smith.
we have not seen him try to throw very deep just yet.
You would assume he would target Caden Turner. Looks like we have a timeout on the field.
Believe it has something to do with the down marker.
It's either that or are we getting 4th down?
Shouldn't be a 4th down, should it?
So we have 3rd and 20 officially confirmed. Colgrove, 4 lined up to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback rolls out to his left, overthrows his receiver. That was intended to target Brandon Kleiber, and Smith just airmailed him there.
And what is potentially the Hornets' last possession of the game, they are on 4th and 20 to have just a chance to win this game.
Clock stops with 3.5 minutes to go. We have a 4th and 20 on the Colgrove 39. They were up close to midfield, and then that intentional grounding just really set them back. Looks like they're going to punt it away here. Oh. All right, we see a fake. Nope. A nice booming punt all the way back.
Wow, that thing had a beautiful spin
Alec
on
Thompson receives it, and he runs backwards a little bit, and he is up the sideline, got 3 guys to beat, and he gets tackled down at the 35. We do have a flag on the play.
Not sure what that flag could be. I didn't see anything egregious out there.
My guess is we'll probably see a blindside block or a holding call. Penalty flag all the way back at the 24-yard line. There was a booming hit back in the middle of the field, and you could hear the crowd go crazy over it. I could quite frankly hear it up here in the booth. That's how loud it was.
I can't hear much through these headphones.
It looks like the Buckeyes will be backed up deep into their own zone. That's unfortunate when you have a incredible return like that. And it looks like we are getting a illegal blindside block call. So it'll go from the 25-yard line back to the 10-yard line. It's a 15-yard penalty. So the Buckeyes take over here with 3 minutes to go at their own 10-yard line. Your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes on top, 34-6 against the Colgrove Hornets. And just a reminder, this live stream here on Total Media Sports is brought to you by McFadden Insurance. We have a first down Buckeyes. Sullivan lines up in the backfield. He's got Gautier, and it looks like Cunningham in the backfield with him. Hand off to Gautier. He's got space, and he gets taken down by, I believe that was Logan Roberts on the tackle. Picks up officially 9 yards, so that'll bring up a 2nd and 1 on their own 22-yard line. The Buckeye offense has looked really good here tonight, scoring 5 touchdowns. I believe they've had 6 possessions, and they've scored on 5 of their 6 possessions so far tonight. If you're Coach Richards, you're happy because that is a very effective offense. I believe that was Cunningham on the carry.
Is that a fumble?
No,
Oh,
they
okay.
gave him the first down. So that is another first down for your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes.
Number 5 on the defense came out of that play holding up the ball. I wasn't sure what happened.
Case Webb trying to make a case to, get a turnover.
Case making a case.
1st and 10 for the Buckeyes. 2 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Leading 34-6. They're just going to run this play clock down as slow it'll go before they snap. Try to get out of here with a big win. Sullivan under center. Hands ball off to Gautier. Breaks through a hole. Up the sideline and gets taken out of bounds. That was Caden Murphy on the tackle and assisted by Leland McKnight. They were both there to knock him out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. It looks like 42-yard line.
And I would say you don't want to go out of bounds at this point in the game, but I think at this point in the game, you can kind of do whatever you want. Up 34-6 with 1:36 left.
(34-6). The Buckeyes on top. They have another first down. It looks like they are going to go into victory formation here. Sullivan will kneel out the clock. And the seconds tick away as the Buckeyes will go to 3-0 on the season.
Keep that streak alive of only allowing 1 touchdown per game.
Nothing beats that feeling of winning your home opener in front of your home crowd on a nice, beautiful Friday night here in Buckdale, Ohio.
Now, last week at Logan, was Logan's 1 touchdown on their opening drive?
No, it was not.
Okay,
It was closer to halftime, I believe.
I was curious if it was only an opening drive touch, because I know back in Trimble it was Trimble's opening drive that was the 1 touchdown allowed.
And Boston Field is coming alive here as they can sense the victory. The Buckeyes are just going to continue to kneel out the clock here. We've got 30 seconds to go.
They won't even need to take another knee. Play clock has more time than the game clock.
Buckeyes look good here at Boston Field in front of their home crowd. Scoring 5 touchdowns. And that is all she wrote. Your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes come out on top, 34-6. They gave up 1 touchdown to start the game and never looked back.
And, I mean, when you score 34 unanswered points on someone, you come out of that night feeling pretty good about yourself. They keep that 0 in the loss column, and I'm sure they're going to be walking around the halls this next week with some confidence, some weight off their shoulders. They got their first home win.
And we'll be right back with our post-game show to wrap up tonight's game.
Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
It takes determination to create a successful business. It's never easy, but always worth it. It takes making a leap of faith. It takes patience and late nights to reinvest in a startup. But it also takes asking for guidance from dependable people. All to turn a dream into a reality. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
And welcome back to the Nelsonville-York football live stream presented by McFadden Insurance. The Buckeyes take on a massive win. They take home a massive win, 34-6. And Noah, what did you see tonight from the Nelsonville-York Buckeyes?
Well, my favorite thing I saw from them tonight was those halftime adjustments. That's always my favorite thing to see from a team. Is it's not about how good they do throughout the entire game. It is how they adjust to what they did wrong. And they had a ton of offensive penalties in that first half. And then in the second half, they only had one, and it didn't seem to slow them down in the slightest. Not that the first half ones did either. They seemed to overcome all of those as well. But it's just something nice to see. I like to see them make those changes that ultimately led to the win.
The Buckeyes continue their streak of only giving up one touchdown the entire game. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then they never looked back. They clamped it down on defense, got 2 turnovers, and forced several punts from the Hornets tonight. They win the turnover game 2-0. They recovered 2 fumbles. That was 3 total fumbles by the Hornets. They recovered 1. Tried to run it up for a first down and ended up fumbling it again and losing it to the Buckeyes. They had several drives that were just killed by those fumbles.
Mm-hmm. And especially that first one, the double fumble, where they were on the opponent's 10-yard line. I mean, that was a touchdown-saving fumble recovery. And maybe in some alternate universe, Cole Grove could have tried to mount a comeback, but they didn't, and this is the universe we're in.
Yep. The Buckeyes looked real good on offense. They scored 5 touchdowns tonight. They had 2 by Walker Stone, 2 by Cameron Sullivan, and 1 by Austin Gautier.
Yep, and on the note of those 2 Walker Stone touchdowns, he also had one of those fumble recoveries, and I mean, just what a night. 2 touchdowns and securing a turnover for your team. That's
Thank you for watching Nelsonville-York Sports Network.